They called it Ravencroft Asylum, a place once meant to heal the broken, but instead, it became their grave. Built in the early 1900s, its halls echoed not with recovery, but with screams. Patients weren't cured. They were chained, starved, and forgotten. When it shut down in the 1970s, records revealed something chilling. Dozens of patients simply disappeared. Families never saw them again. Their names erased from files, their bodies never found. The asylum was locked, abandoned, left to rot. But the townsfolk whispered, some doors never stayed shut. Some voices never stopped calling. And tonight, 4 explorers would find out why. Ethan, the skeptic, always hiding behind his camera lens. Maya, his sister, drawn by curiosity, but carrying unease. Ryan, the thrill seeker, laughing at danger. And Clara, the sensitive one, the one who heard whispers before stepping inside. As the iron gates groaned open, the air grew colder. Behind those broken windows, something waited. Inside, the hall stretched long and hollow. Wheelchairs sat rusted, abandoned mid-motion. The explorer's footsteps stirred the dust of decades. Then it happened. Door slammed shut. The sound tore through the silence, echoing across the asylum like thunder. Ryan grinned. It's just the wind. But Clara whispered, trembling. No, it said my name. They pushed deeper. Patient rooms lined the corridor. Beds with cracked leather straps. Walls smeared with frantic writings. One journal lay open. Make them stop. He's watching. Don't open the basement. The words pulsed like warnings, but no one listened. Maya stopped at a cracked mirror. Her flashlight trembled. Her reflection stared back. But she wasn't alone. Behind her, a figure stood, tall, hollow-eyed. Still, she spun around. Nothing. But in the mirror, the figure was still there. The glass trembled, as if trying to shatter on its own. Then Clara screamed. On a nearby door, pale fingers pressed against the glass from the inside, dragging down, leaving streaks in the dust. There was no one in the room. The asylum was playing with them. The whispers grew louder, not echoes, names. Their names. Ethan, Maya, Ryan, Clara. Some voices came from behind, some ahead, and one. Right beside Ethan's ear, he spun, but only shadows lingered. Shadows that seemed to move. They stumbled into an old operating theatre, seats rotting, surgical lamps broken. Ethan raised his camera. His voice shook as he narrated. People say this room was where the screams never stopped, but on the far wall, his camera caught movement. A shadow, tall and human, walking slowly. When they checked the footage seconds later, the shadow was still there, standing perfectly still, watching. Then the flashlight flickered, and the shadow was gone, or so they thought. They found the records room, papers scattered, covered in mold. Among them, a headline, Dr. Hargrove's secret experiments, Ravencroft under investigation. Notes spoke of a basement where patients were locked away, forgotten, tortured. Suddenly, pounding shook the floor, like fists from beneath them. Dozens of fists, begging to be let out. At the end of the corridor, they saw it, a rusted metal door, heavy chains binding it shut. Deep claw marks etched into the frame. Clara cried out, "No! This is what the journals warned about," but Ryan laughed, lifting a crowbar. Chains clattered to the floor. The air that escaped smelled of rot and blood. The staircase yawned open, leading into blackness. Walls scarred with desperate fingernail marks. The explorers' lights barely pierced the fog. Every step down felt heavier, as if the asylum was pulling them in, At the bottom, silence. Rows of cells stretched out, beds rotted into the ground, names carved into every wall, hundreds of them, then whispers, rising. One voice, then 10, then 100. The cells stirred. Figures moved inside, shadowed faces with glowing eyes. Watching, Clara collapsed to the floor, screaming, "They never left. They won't let us leave." And then, he appeared. A man in a rotted doctor's coat, scalpel in hand, eyes glowing white. Dr. Hargrove, the one who never stopped his experiments, the one still waiting for patients. His voice was a whisper. "You're mine now." The shadows surged forward. Chains rattled shut above. The asylum screamed with them. Ethan's camera fell to the ground. The lens shook, capturing Clara's hand reaching out. Before being pulled into the dark, the footage ends. Only static remains. Weeks later, police found the asylum broken into. Ethan's camera was recovered. The explorers, never found. And some nights, if you stand near Ravencroft's broken gates, you'll hear them. The slam of doors, the echo of screams, and voices calling your name.